On November 25th, 2022, at a trailer park in Bensalem Township in Pennsylvania, a 12-year-old girl named Morgan Connors and an 18-year-old Joshua Cooper, who is trans and now known as Ash Cooper, were up chilling and watching a Netflix show. Morgan had gotten up to use the restroom, and that's where the night took a turn. Later that night, police got a call from the mother of one of Ash's ex-friends, and she told police that her child had seen bloody legs on the floor of a room while on a video call with Ash. Quote, from the call, investigators learned that a juvenile witness was on an Instagram video chat with an acquaintance, later identified as Cooper, who claimed to have just killed someone. In the video chat, Cooper flipped the video image and showed the legs and feet of someone covered in blood. Ash had actually asked the ex-friend to come and help them clean up and dispose of a body. On the phone, the ex-friend was like, yeah, sure, of course, I got you. I'm on my way. Just hold off while I get there. And after they hung up, like a champ, this ex-friend immediately told his mother, look, I hope people who are out there listening take notes as to how you are supposed to handle a situation like this one. Because I do too many episodes where the friend was like, oh, you called me to help. I'm coming over. Oh, you want me to move this body? Look, there is no money in this world. There's no friendship that strong. There's no family bond that strong that you're going to call me to help me move a body because you recreationally killed somebody and I'm going to come and help you. I am the wrong one to call. I will, as we always say on here, sing like a bird. Do not call Kai. Look, I warned you so many times. Don't be surprised when you call me and the police show up. Do not be surprised because I'm going to be like, well, you obviously wanted to get caught. So anyways, this ex-friend, and I'm saying ex-friend because I know they ain't friends. In the articles, they were saying acquaintance, so I know they're not friends anymore. This ex-friend handled it like he was supposed to handle business, do you hear me? And told his mom. When authorities arrived at the scene, they saw a teen, quote, running out of the back of the trailer. Quote, officers entered the residence and observed the deceased juvenile female, later identified as Connors, on the floor of the bathroom with an apparent gunshot wound. They also noted that Morgan's pants were around her ankles at the time that she was found. Quote, there were also indications that substantial steps were taken to clean up the crime scene. Ash was caught, arrested, and charged with third-degree murder. Ash later revealed that they'd used their father's gun, which they had taken from a safe, to kill Morgan. On February 21st, 2024, Ash pled guilty to so many charges: third-degree murder, possession of an instrument of crime, and tampering with or fabricating physical evidence. Ash was sentenced to 15 to 40 years in prison, and because Ash is a legal adult, they are also required to undergo psychological evaluations. Quote, the human heart is not built for such heartbreak. This was read in a letter from Morgan's grandfather after the trial. And you know how you always hear first degree, second degree, third degree murder? I know what it means, but I actually wanted to do a deep dive into it. So if y'all want to go through this with me, I went to the Encyclopedia Britannica, so Britannica.com, to find out exactly what this means. So this entire thing is an excerpt from the site, and I will have the link in the show notes below. Quote, murder is the act of causing the death of another person without legal justification or excuse. The U.S. Federal Code and most state codes distinguish between different degrees of murder, though state codes differ in how many degrees are recognized, 1, 2, or 3, and how the degrees are defined. In general, however, an act of murder falls under the category of first degree if one or more of the following elements are present. Number 1, the perpetrator intended the cause of death of the victim or someone else, and the perpetrator formed a plan to cause the victim's death or that of someone else, or thought about that outcome for at least a minimum amount of time. So premeditated. Number 2, the perpetrator caused the death of the victim while committing or attempted to commit any of a range of serious felonies, usually including burglary, robbery, rape, child abuse, arson, and kidnapping. However, some states classify such, quote, felony murders as murders in the second degree. Number 3, the victim was a police officer or other law enforcement official. The perpetrator killed the victim in a particularly gruesome fashion, such as by poison or torture. The perpetrator ambushed the victim, or the perpetrator killed more than one person. The federal government and most states classify all murders that are not first degree as second degree murders. The category of second-degree murder usually includes murders committed with malicious intent, but not premeditation, and those that occur in the course of certain less serious felonies, less serious than the two listed above. The 3 states that recognize third-degree murder define that category in different ways. In Florida, third-degree murder is any unlawful killing that occurs in the course of certain less serious felonies. In Minnesota, it is an act causing the death of another that is extremely dangerous and evinces a depraved mind, or that takes place in the course of illegal activities involving controlled substances. And in Pennsylvania, it is any murder that is not a murder of the first or second degree. The distinctions between first, second, and third degree murder exist because most jurisdictions perceive that not all murders are equally serious as crimes, and that some murderers deserve more punishment than others. So that was something that I learned, and I wanted to bring it to y'all. Now, I did not know only 3 states recognize third degree murder, and they classified the murder that Ash did as third degree murder. Why would it not be as first degree murder though? Because number one, the first element under first degree murder is the perpetrator intended to cause the death of a victim or someone else. And that's what Ash intended to do, to cause the death of Morgan. So why give Ash third degree murder instead of first degree murder? Because third degree in Pennsylvania is any murder that is not a murder of the first or second degree. So that does not make sense to me. And I think as Morgan's grandfather and family that was in the court, I would have been highly pissed off that Ash got third degree murder and not first degree murder. What do y'all think of that? And did y'all know that about first, second, and third degree? And did you know that third degree was only acknowledged in 3 states? That's insane.